And on August 3rd, 1492, 3 ships set sail across the Atlantic. Now, from a limited point of view, you have an Italian commanding a Spanish commercial venture that's trying to get an economic advantage over the Portuguese. But think about the knowledge and the technology aboard those 3 ships. Columbus has studied cartography from ancient Greece and Rome that's been preserved by Arab scholars and translated back into Latin. He's using a compass that was invented in China and transmitted to Europe over the Middle Eastern trade routes. From the perspective of deep time history, Columbus and his men represent the sum total of all the extraordinary knowledge and innovation of Afro-Eurasia. And yet, because they don't know that the surface of the planet is divided into 2 major world zones, they have no idea where they're going. But in spite of that, because of the shape of the Earth and geological forces unleashed tens of millions of years before, these 3 ships from Afro-Eurasia find land. An island in the Bahamas that to this day has not been clearly identified. It's the 12th of October, 1492. Columbus gives thanks to God for what he thinks is a successful business trip. In fact, he's reversed the tectonic process and brought Afro-Eurasia and the Americas back together.
The world is reconnected. Humans rediscover each other, if you like, and the entire globe becomes a sort of a modern, metaphorical Pangea.
Columbus never realizes that he's reached the outskirts of a world unknown to Europeans. He thinks he's somewhere near India. And he calls the people he encounters Indians. In fact, these islanders are the Taino. And like Columbus, they came from Afro-Eurasia.
There was this land bridge during the Ice Age that allowed waves of migrants to come from Asia and populate the Americas.
Within a couple of thousand years, they'd made it right down to the southern tip of South America. With the waning of the Ice Age from about 12,000 years ago, sea levels rise dramatically, that bridge disappears, and these humans are now cut off, isolated in the Americas from Afro-Eurasia, and the memory of this connection is sort of lost. And it won't be literally until 1492 that these vast world zones will be reconnected.
The reconnection is the start of what will be called the Columbian Exchange. A vast ongoing transfer between the Americas and Afro-Eurasia of cultures, technologies, and especially living things.
The breakup of the supercontinents was not just a geologic event, it was also a biological event.
But now technologies, plants, animals, diseases, and people from one landmass or the other will spread across oceans and around the world. Phase 1 of the exchange gets underway when Columbus returns to Spain in 1493. He has found no black pepper. But there are other spices, and a strange leaf the Taíno burn that they call tobacco. This leaf will kill hundreds of millions of people. Its addictive ingredient, nicotine, evolved as a natural insecticide, like the piperine molecule of black pepper. Even more exciting for the Spanish, small amounts of gold from streams and riverbeds. They hope to find a lot more, and they expect the Taíno to get it for them. As Columbus writes in an official report, the people would make good servants, and he brings back several of them as slaves.